Betsy Cash Money. What do you think Jay Crowder's trade value is, and what makes sense as a landing spot? Suns fans are convinced Jordan Clarkson is a feasible trade return, but I don't see how that makes any sense for Utah since Jay is early 30s and more valuable to a contender, not a rebuilding team. Chicago or Brooklyn have some needs in the front court. I assume Phoenix is targeting more playmaking, shot creating in return. Kobe White, ? LOL. Betsy Cash Money. I do not wish Kobe White upon the Phoenix Suns as someone who has been bullish that the Suns are still going to be really good. So what's interesting about Jay, I agree everything with that Betsy Cash Money says. I agree with everything there that the Suns, if they're going to level up, I don't even want to say they need a third best offensive player because that could be Ayton, but they need like a third best ball handler who's not Mikal Bridges, or if you think Ayton's going to get more outside in work this year, or Cameron Payne. Jordan Clarkson would be that. He doesn't, if you're going to go that route where it's really all offense too, I need more rim pressure and free throw frequency than I'm going to get from Jordan Clarkson. I'd also like someone who I'd be more comfortable playing with, both Booker and Chris Paul. And quite frankly, Jordan Clarkson defensively is not going to be that for me. And if you're losing Jay Crowder at the 4, it's Mikal Bridges and Ayton. That puts an awful lot of pressure on the other 4 players on the court. Maybe it works, but you're like small-ish in a bet. Like, yeah, Jordan Clarkson is, what is he? I don't even see 6'5" or something. But like Devin Booker in that 6'5", 6'6" territory. Jordan Clarkson 6'4", and just like Chris Paul, we know he's small. So I don't necessarily love that. And I would argue that I think Jay Crowder is worth a first-round pick to a contender. Like, I think Miami would give up a first-round pick for Jay Crowder right now. And maybe that's in part because they would need to get off Duncan Robinson as part of that deal. If I were the Jazz, just because I have so many guards and not enough like wings or forwards at this point, I would do the money does work straight up, I believe, because Jay Crowder's making in the 10s this season. I'll double check that as I'm speaking right now, but he's at 10.2 million. And so you have Jordan Clarkson at he's at 13.3 this year with a player option for 14.3. So yes, that would work. I would probably do it if I'm Utah, to be honest. If the Suns are going to include an asset, even a tiny one, all the better for me. So, yeah, hell yeah, I would do that if I'm Utah. I wouldn't do it if I was Phoenix. Betsy Cash Money mentioned other teams. Like, yeah, Brooklyn could really use Jay Crowder. They did sign Yuta Watanabe, and that's where Markieff Morris went as well, I believe. I don't really know what they have to give up. Like, you're not going to get Cam Thomas from them. And like you're not, and they have TJ Warren there now too. They're not going to get, and they have Royce O'Neal. So I don't know that they would give you, and like neither of those guys give you what you need. Like Seth Curry would be interesting in Phoenix, but he's not enough of a ball handler, I think, to give the Suns what they need. Other teams that spring to mind, like Cleveland, I think Jay Crowder would be a good fit there. But again, what is Cleveland sending? Like, do you want Karis LeVert on the Suns? There might be something you can work out there if they're willing to take, like, do you still like Torrey Craig, for instance, in Phoenix? I don't know how to view Landry Shamit's contract. I don't think it's as bad as it's painted out to be. It's 2 years, barely guaranteed over. It's about 22 years, $21 million. And they could use like someone who can get up a high volume of threes. But if it was Landry Shamit and Jay Crowder for Karis LeVert, are you considering that if you're Phoenix? Like, in theory, LeVert gives you a lot of what you need as a ball handler. He's a little bit bigger, so you could play him with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. The problem there then becomes Chris Paul and Devin Booker are very much the ones that are talented at playing off the ball, while Karis LeVert is not. And so that's what's so tough about Phoenix's situation is they're almost better built to wait and see if just a bigger name becomes available, because then you have, Jay Crowder won't be super valuable to these younger rebuilding teams, but like he can easily be routed to third and fourth facilitating parties, who I think would give you, not a great first round pick, but would give you a first round pick if you're a contender. Like identifying the Heat as one, that would be a good call for them. I'm trying to think of like another team where I could really see it. Like Boston's not gonna do it, but would Atlanta do it? Their picks are all over the place there. Dallas doesn't really have one. Denver doesn't have a lot of pick equity. So the teams that would give up first round picks, a lot of them just don't have first round picks to give. And you're not going to get like, the Lakers. You're not going to take on the Lakers bad money, which would be Russ. Like, is there a third and fourth team deal where that comes up? But I could see for sure a team like, would Toronto even consider it later in the season at the deadline? That's maybe a decision they make around then. Would Memphis consider it? That's a team. Miami as well. Milwaukee doesn't have like first round pick assets, but if you wanted Marjon Beauchamp, like, is that something they could do? Again, then you get into the issue of, well, what is Phoenix getting back in this? And so that is why the Karis LeVert stuff is a little interesting. And if you're getting off, I would say Cleveland would need to take back. Well, and I mean, like part of what's difficult for them is they have a ton of room. Oh, they do have more room under the tax than I thought. So if you wanted to go LeVert for Jay Crowder plus salary X, I don't know. Like, do you think that's campaign? Do the Suns not want to pay him his $6 million, or is it more likely to be Torrey Craig, or is it Landry Shamet? Like, those are deals that could work. It could be Dario Saric as well, but I kind of think Phoenix needs him, and he's more valuable to Phoenix than he would be for Cleveland. And so something like that, I don't know if it's perfect, but could keep an eye on. And I wouldn't hate LeVert in Phoenix.